Black means dead legally. So you going in the court talking, I'm all black, whatever you want to say, not recognizing that you have told the court that you're dead. If you're in court anyway, you said you're dead, even if you show up in there. But that's because you don't know law. And then here this guy, Patrick Bet David, he's trying to talk about vibratory frequency, which is very, very important. But nobody can receive his message. First of all, the ego is there. All of us got egos. If you own any kind of network or platform, you speaking to people, you saying, hey, look at me. You got to have a big ego anyway. Well, you got to keep it in check, because it's hard to keep the ego in check. When I looked at this session between those two, Patrick Bet David and Roland Martin, I saw a lot of ego. But again, both of them are right. Because when Patrick Bet David talks about this vibratory frequency chart, he's talking about a spiritual aspect of this game that Roland Martin is not tapping into. So when he says, oh, well, the black people, they victims of systemic racism, and he puts that in their mind, he's planted that in their mind, and then Patrick Bet David comes back and he says, well, how is that what you're selling helping the people? How is that helping when you're selling them victimhood? That's what he's talking about. So the problem is, first of all, there's a lack of knowledge about the truth of what went on in this country, in this land, and the fact that the original people of this land were melanated. The fact that the people who came over were melanated. All your Moroccans, Tunis, Algiers, Tripoli people, those are melanated. Your Spaniards, melanated. Your Britain, your British people, melanated. All of the royalty up until the mid-1800s was melanated. Queen of England, she was melanated until mid-1800s. But we don't know that. We want to blame everything on the white man. And white is another status that didn't belong to the Albion from the beginning. It didn't. But they don't know that. And see, Patrick Bet David, here's another thing about him. His message did not come across in this particular session. He wants to identify with the so-called white people. All right? And what has happened is he said something about, oh, our founding fathers. And then somebody sent a message and posted it in his inbox or on his comment section, rather, saying, it's not your founding fathers. Because he thinks he's white. So-called white. Oh, yeah, our founding fathers. And then somebody hit him with a message. No, let's put you back in your place. It wasn't your founding fathers. You from somewhere else. And you're not one of us. They not like us is what they were saying to him. And he took offense to it. And the deal is that, again, he comes across as having no compassion, and then trying to side with people who are not for his best interest either. There's a small group of people who are running this game. They don't care no more about Patrick Bet David than they do Roland Martin. They will step on them both. And these people who are running the whole game, both Democratic and Republican, they don't even vote. Why? They don't have to. They just want to keep a fight going. As long as there is a fight, then they make money. There is a small group of people. Y'all confuse them with being white. They're okay with being confused with being white. They're not white. And they will step on the so-called white man just as fast as they'll step on the so-called black man, just as fast as they'll step on the so-called brown man. They don't care about who you are and how much money you got. They will step on you. So let's be clear. These two people with big egos sitting on this platform arguing about Democrat versus Republican, when neither one of them is trying to benefit you, because they're all about making money and you making money for them. Let's be clear about this. So the best thing Patrick Bet David had going for him is this document right here. When he put up the vibratory frequency chart, or his version of it, or whatever that was he put up, that was the best thing he had going for him, because what he's dealing with now is the spiritual side. Because what he kept saying is, how do we fix it? What is it that melanated people want? He said black people. What do black people want? And so my whole point here is, again, with UNA, our purpose is to help you find that financial freedom, that social freedom, and most importantly, the spiritual freedom, because the spiritual freedom is where everything starts. And when Roland Martin is selling this whole idea and notion that black people are victims, when he sells that to people and people buy that, then that's what they're going to get, because they put it in their mindset.